Oh, we're live. We're live. We're live. What's up, guys? What's up, UFC fans? Here to do my prediction video. Here to do my prediction video. Let's see how it's looking right now. We have zero people here, but like I said before, it doesn't matter. I want to do my video like it doesn't like nobody's here. So I want to still do my thing. And I know a lot of people are busy. A lot of people got they're doing their thing. They at work or whatever. And I didn't really give y'all enough time. I scheduled it like less than an hour ago. But I want to do my prediction video on UFC 273. All right, so we're ready for this, man. We're ready for this card. This card is stacked. I'm very excited for this card. But just imagine if this card had, if it had, if the main event was Volkanovski against Max Holloway. Oh man, this card would be so much better. Oh my God, I would have loved this. This so far, this is the most stacked card I've seen in the UFC right now. This fight is so. This card is so stacked. We had Hamzat against Gilbert Burns, Peter Yan versus Aljamain no, Piotr Yan. I know how to say his name now. Now Piotr Yan against Aljamain Sterling. Although I should say Aljamain Sterling's name first because he's the champion. Aljamain Sterling against Piotr Yan. Then the main event, Volkanovski against the Korean Zombie. A lot of people don't like Volkanovski. I feel like he gets hated on a lot because of the Holloway fights. Volkanovski, he's very good. He's one of the pound for pound greats, and I feel like he gets hated on because he won a fight against a likable fighter. So I mean, I'm excited about this fight, and I'm about to give you all my predictions. And like I said, if you follow me on Instagram, you know there's no excuses. If I'm wrong on these predictions, there's no excuses. People give excuses all the time when they lose. Like, well, like let's say somebody gets their prediction on the Hamzat Gilbert fight. Well, I got Hamzat winning if he submits him in the first round, but then if Gilbert takes him to deep waters, then Gilbert wins. So that's how I see it. Make your prediction, man. What is it going to be? Is it going to be a quick win or a decision? Let me know, okay? So I'm about that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. No excuses. If my prediction is wrong, then I'm going to own it. So that's my thing. Oh, we got some people in here. We got nightmares in here. I know you, man. You're a familiar face. You're a familiar name. I'll say. Hey man, back. Hey man, back. I'm about to let y'all know what's going on with the UFC. I love the UFC, man, and I love just the characters that are involved. I love all that stuff. Um, he said football is better than UFC. I'm a big football fan, but I'm also a big UFC fan. And it all depends on preference, right? What makes anything better, what makes the UFC better or football is stakes. So it's all about stakes, right? So if you're not rooting for a certain team to win, you're not going to care as much. So what makes the UFC good, I'll say makes the UFC in boxing too, is that anything can happen. Anything can happen. Like somebody could throw a punch and knock somebody out in the first round. With football, there's not that. Like you just can't defeat a team in the first quarter and all of a sudden the game is over. No, you got to go through all four quarters. So if you're getting destroyed, you can always come back. But with the UFC and boxing, combat sports, you can always lose at any minute or any time during the fight. So stakes are a big thing. That's why I like the UFC and that's why I like boxing because of the stakes. Because there's like anything can happen. Let me check this text message I got. Okay, yeah, let me start the live stream. I'm getting these texts. Yeah, let's wait for more people to come here. And then I'm gonna make my predictions on these fights because this card, I'm thinking about purchasing this card. Let me know if y'all want to see me do a live stream of this fight. If enough of y'all guys tune in, let me know if enough of you guys want to tune in and check out my live stream. I'll do a live viewing of this fight. I don't want it to happen like with that. If y'all if y'all see my live stream for the Eagle FC for Khabib's promotion, I got flagged for that video. Yeah, they hit me up on that one, man. I thought because it was free on the website, that's just me being ignorant. Like y'all not gonna do that, and they got me. You said I hope Sterling beats Jan. He didn't deserve all the hate he got, but I think yeah, I'm gonna let y'all know about my opinion on that because I do kind of have My opinion is similar to your opinion. And I wrote an article on my website about that. I'm gonna show y'all my article I wrote on it. Just give me a second. This is the article I just recently wrote right here. So I want Aljamain Sterling to win for evil reasons, because I just want to see the MMA community like completely melt down if Aljamain Sterling wins. So I'm not going to say too much. I'm going to give my predictions on this fight. But that's the article I wrote on my website. If you want to check that out, check it out. I'm about to let y'all know. Do you think John Africa has done yoga with John? Him and Holly Holmes have been a little close, but they're teammates though, so I'm not gonna say too much on that. Salute. Thank you, Suf Gotti. I appreciate it. Hamzat versus Burns. All right, so let me get started now. So you threw that comment right there. Okay, so I want to start off with Hamzat versus Burns. Right, my prediction is, I'm going to keep it straight. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So I'm not going to say if this happens, if that happens. I got Hamzat beating Burns by second round stoppage, ground and pound. I got him winning by second round stoppage via ground and pound. I see I see Gilbert Arenas getting knocked. Gilbert Arenas. I see Gilbert Burns getting knocked down in the first round and surviving due to his jiu-jitsu, and then he makes it to the second round, and the same thing happens again. And this time, the ground and pound is just too much, and they stop the fight via ground and pound. That's how I see Hamzat winning, because I'll say this because Hamzat has to win this fight. He has to win this fight in dominant fashion. Hamzat can't win this fight by decision. He can't win the fight by decision. He has to win it in dominant fashion. The hype is so big on Hamzat that he has to win in dominant fashion. It has to look like his last fight against Lee. The hype is so big on him that he just can't win a split decision. He can't win a close decision. He has to completely dominate Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns does have I will say, a questionable chin. So I can see Hamzat this time using more of a stand-up and knocking him down, and then he applies the ground and pound in the second round and wins like that. And then there's going to be a crazy amount of hype around Hamzat. He beats Burns. There's going to be an insane amount of hype. People are going to say, we need Hamzat to fight Usman now. We don't want to see Usman fight Leon Edwards. We want to see Usman versus Hamzat right now. But of course, Usman and Leon Edwards are going to fight. But the hype around Hamzat is going to be insane, to the point where, like, we can't go to any comment section on any MMA video without hearing or without seeing Hamzat's name on there. It's going to be similar to Conor McGregor's hype. You go to any comment section, you're going to see Conor McGregor. If Hamzat defeats Burns in dominant fashion, we're going to see all that. We're going to see all those comments and all that hype. Now, like I said before, no excuses if I'm wrong. If Gilbert Burns comes in there and he submits him, and let's say Gilbert does something like Fabricio Verdum did against Fedor. When Fedor came in there super aggressive and Verdum submitted him, that's a possibility that can happen. But that's not my prediction. So I got to stick with my prediction. My prediction is Hamzat comes in there and he dominates him completely. And there's going to be an insane amount of hype around Hamzat. Y'all think it's bad now, right? Y'all think it's bad now with the Hamzat fanboys? Y'all see the comments all the time in the comment section? It's going to be insane if Hamzat runs through Burns in dominant fashion. This shit's going to be everywhere. So that's my prediction. Let me read some of these comments. Let's see what y'all got to say about my prediction. Like I said, I'm not no excuses. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So that's just my prediction. Yep. I definitely see him winning. If he's going to finish. Wait, do you see Hamzat finishing with a cum shot? Oh, I see what you did there. Let's say he does something like Izzy did to Paulo Acosta. like with a cum shot. Like let's say he takes it to the next level and shit. Like he actually does something. He actually lets some liquid out of him. Yeah, that'll be crazy. But I don't know. I don't know. Finish him with a cum shot. That's crazy. Yeah, agree. Alex Rodriguez. All right, thanks, man. After this fight, I want to see Hamza fight Kobe. That's how you earn a title shot. Either guy will make a hype title fight. Yeah, but let me tell you this: if Hamza runs through Gilbert Arenas, why I keep saying Gilbert? They got the same first name, the basketball player. Gilbert Burns. If he runs through Gilbert Burns, man, the hype is going to be so big that they're not going to want to see him fight Kobe. They're going to want to see him fight for the title against Usman. They're going to want to see that fight. But there are a couple of things that will block that fight, right? So Usman is fighting Leon Edwards next. There's a chance that Leon Edwards could pull an upset and defeat Usman. I know a lot of people don't give Leon Edwards a chance because they seen what happened with Nate Diaz. Although Leon Edwards did dominate Nate Diaz, everybody talking about that one punch that Nate Diaz landed. So they think he has a weak chin. But this could happen with any fighter. But like Leon Edwards said, Usman is falling in love with his stand-up. So Leon Edwards is the better stand-up fighter. He's just technically better. So if Usman goes in there trying to have a stand-up fight against Leon Edwards, he's going to lose. He needs to apply his wrestling. But then I watched a video with Hamza recently, and he did say that a lot of times wrestlers, they kind of deteriorate. Usman is at that age now. I think he's 34, 35, where his body is starting to break down. So it's not as fresh. So they said, what Hamza said is that you can't wrestle as good anymore. And I did kind of see that with Daniel Cormier, right? Cormier. He started being a stand-up fighter more so than a wrestler. Because your back, when you're wrestling, you have back issues, and Usman already has knee issues. And maybe that's why he's starting to stand up. But if he tries to stand up with Leon too much, Leon Edwards is going to win that fight. And that's going to fuck up a lot of things. Because I feel like the UFC, what they want is they want Usman to completely dominate Leon Edwards, get him out of there. They want Hamzat to completely dominate Gilbert Burns. Then they fight each other, and they will want Hamzat to beat Usman because Hamzat is the fresher guy. He's in his 20s. Usman seems like he's getting older. He might be getting out of there. He's already talking about retirement. So they want Hamzat to win, and they can really capitalize and make money on Hamzat's name because it's all business. So that's why I believe what they want to happen. And if Leon Edwards beats Usman, that's going to kind of mess things up because let's say Leon Edwards if he defeats Usman, they have the rematch. That's going to stall the fight again. So Hamzat may have to go against Kobe or somebody else in the welterweight division. Usman defeats Leon Edwards. So let's say he knocks him out in a rematch. That's still going to put the fight down a little bit. That's going to make the fight won't be as big because if I'm in the UFC, I want Hamzat to be the first person to beat Usman in the UFC. That'll make his victory that much better. It won't mean as much if Leon Edwards already beat him. So that's what we need. That's what the UFC wants to see, and it'll make business sense. So we'll see how that turns out. Ashkiro Moxie, what's up? Hey, what's up? Just doing my UFC videos, man. Y'all know, if y'all know from my Maurice Spears music page, I'm a UFC fan, so doing my prediction videos, and I gotta put more remixes out on this page. So we'll see what happens. Oh, bro, who's the better wrestler, Hamzat or Khabib? I don't know. I would say Khabib is the better wrestler. I don't know too much about the wrestling aspect from Hamzat. We got to see more from Hamzat. I've seen enough from Khabib. Khabib's the better wrestler, better grappler, and he's more dominant. Hamzat has more to prove. He has more hype. Hamzat has way more hype than Khabib has ever had. Khabib never had this level. I don't think any fighter has had this much hype as Khabib. As Hamzat, because they're already saying that Hamzat's going to be a triple champion. So this guy has an incredible amount of hype. I've never seen any fighter with this level of hype. And who has got close to that amount of hype? I've been watching for a long time. I'm about 40 years old, so I've been watching the UFC since the let's say the late 90s. Who has gotten that much hype? John Jones got hype. He definitely got hype, but he didn't get near the level of Hamzat. But then again, when John Jones was coming up, social media wasn't as big. But Hamzat is getting an incredible amount of hype. But I say Khabib has better wrestling. He said Khabib is Hamzat is too strong and big for Burns. I concur. I concur with your assessment. Yeah, Hamzat is very big. He's actually a middleweight. And get this, people accuse Usman of being too big for welterweight, which I don't agree. I think people what they see with Usman, they're seeing that he's very cut up. He has a lot of like muscle tone. He's very cut up and sharp with his physique, and that's what they see. But with Hamza actually fought at middleweight, knocked out a middleweight, wrestled a middleweight. I forgot his name, Hermanson. He fought him. He wrestled him. Hamzat is a huge guy. And I'll tell you this: this is why his team didn't want him to fight Luke Rockhold, because Luke Rockhold was down to fight Hamzat. What they do realize that Hamzat is not going to be able to make this weight. I don't think even next year he let's see if he can make the weight for this fight. So if he struggles, because his last fight he struggled to make the weight, and that may be because he hasn't fought in a while due to that COVID situation. But if he struggles to make weight for this fight, if he has to weigh in a second time, that's when you know a fighter's struggling to make weight, when they got to come in again a second time and they got to put the towel out there. When you got to bring out the towel, that's when you know you shouldn't be at that weight class. That'll say a lot. So we'll see. And they realize that, okay, let's have him fight at this weight first. Then when he gets older, that metabolism starts to slow down. We'll have him go up to middleweight. Hamzat is a huge guy. He's very big. So that does play a part into a lot of things. He's very big for the weight class. Oh, what's up, MMA hoes? Oh, I love MMA hoes, man. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, man. Yeah, MMA hoes brought a lot of subscribers to my page. He's been supporting for a long time. I didn't know he was supporting. I didn't really know who MMA hoes were. I didn't know who they was at first, but he brought me in. He said, "Let's do an interview." I was like, "Okay, let's do an interview." If anybody requests an interview from me, I'll do it. So I'm not doing it just for people who have a lot of subscribers, but anybody, if you can have like 3 subscribers, you want to do an interview with me, I'll do an interview. But yeah, the MMA hoes, man, I appreciate the interview, and I do need to do some more interviews, more videos with y'all. I appreciate the support, man. I got a lot of support from the MMA hoes. I'm still trying to. This sounds weird saying it. But follow them, man. Follow MMA hoes, man. They're MMA hoes. It sounds like it's just the way it sounds when I say the name, but I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I love y'all, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. I'm definitely going to get on your show again. I'll let you know. Oh yeah, copyright your remixes, please. Yeah, that's some drama I'm dealing with on Maurice Spears Music, my other page. But I read App Moxie that as soon as it's published, it's technically copyrighted already. This is what I read. So it's already copyrighted. So yeah, I contacted TuneCore and they're dealing with it right now. It's been dealt with. I read somewhere that Hamzat plans on retiring when he becomes champion. Yeah, let me know where you read that, because that does not make any sense. He has to, if you got this much hype on, unless he has some condition, unless COVID really fucked him up, he can't retire. People are talking about him being potentially the greatest MMA fighter in history. He has more hype than John Jones. No, you got to continue, buddy, because what Hamzat is dealing with right now is the easiest. Him beating Burns, him even beating Usman will be the easiest moment of his MMA career. What's going to be the most difficult is you fighting these contenders. When these people start studying you, when they find out your weakness, that's the most difficult part of your MMA career. Okay, so let's say he beats Usman. That's going to be the easiest part of your MMA career. When you have to fight these contenders, these new guys that are coming up, and most of these guys are on the prelims right now. So when we watch UFC 273, look on the prelims. These fighters that are on the prelims are going to be potentially the type of fighters that will beat Hamzat. Because most people don't give a fuck about the prelim fighters. They have no hype. These are the fighters that are going to be the most difficult fights for Hamzat. If, let's say, he runs through Burns, he beats Usman and becomes the UFC champion. Those are the fighters you have to watch because they have been studying you. Their coaches have been studying you. They know your weaknesses. And with John Jones, for example, I'll bring up John Jones. Y'all remember when John Jones used to catch people with that spinning elbow? Nobody has seen that spinning elbow before. So he used to catch people with that all the time. He caught Shogun with that when he won the title. He got Rampage with that. He got a lot of fighters with that spinning elbow. When you see that spinning elbow enough, you know to look out for it. So you're not going to get hit with it. And that's how it is. So that's how it's going to be for Hamzat. What he does now that gets him these victories, coaches are going to study that. And they're going to figure out a solution to it. And it would have happened to Khabib. Khabib retired early. Eventually, people are going to start getting competitive with Khabib because coaches are studying you now. So and GSP brought it up on Joe Rogan. He said, when you're the champion, when you got to defend your title, it's way more difficult than winning the title. Or I'll say winning the title is the easiest. It's defeating the contenders and defending your belt. So we'll find out, man. That's a long answer to your question. Thank you. I appreciate that, Ashkiro Moxie. I appreciate it. Run the likes up. Run the likes up. Run the likes up. I appreciate that. All right, so let's move on to the next fight. Peter Yan. Well, I said Peter. Aljamain Sterling versus Piotr Yan. See, I know how to say his name now. First I was saying Peter Yan, but I found out you got to say Piotr Yan. So I wrote an article on this, and I'm going to show you the article. Let me share it. This is my prediction. This is what I want to happen, right? I want Aljamain Sterling to win for evil reasons. I want to win for evil reasons. This is why. All right, so check out this article if you want to go in depth to why I want him to win. Mohouse Media. So go to Mohouse Media. All right. This is not my prediction, but I want to tell you what I want to happen. I want Aljamain Sterling to win because if he wins, there's going to be a complete meltdown in the MMA community. And I don't want Aljamain Sterling to win in dominant fashion. I don't want him to win in a convincing fashion. I want him to win in a very close fight where people say Yan, or people think that Yan really won the fight. I want him to win one of those fights where people are saying that Yan was robbed. You know, when Holloway fought Volkanovski, people thought Holloway was robbed. They thought recently they thought Robert Whittaker was robbed against Israel Adesanya. I want Aljamain Sterling to win that type of fight, just to see the chaos that ensues in the MMA community on social media. That's what I want to happen, because people are gonna lose their minds. Be like, man, Yan was robbed. He was robbed, man. This is crazy. They're gonna come up with all type of conspiracy theories. This is not right, man. Yan was robbed. It's gonna be insane. That's what I want to happen. But my prediction is actually kind of close to what I want to happen. I could see Aljamain Sterling winning this fight by a close, razor-thin decision. I actually got that happen. I can see that happening because Aljamain Sterling starts off fast. Peter Yan starts off slow, so he gives up rounds. Peter Yan fights similar to how Bernard Hopkins fights. Let me drink some water. My throat getting dry. I say Peter Yan. Piotr Yan fights similar to Bernard Hopkins. If you watch Bernard Hopkins fights, Bernard Hopkins he starts off slow and gathers the data, but a lot of times he'll give up a couple of rounds and then he has to come back. So when Bernard Hopkins fought Jermaine Taylor, he gave up a lot of early rounds, and then later on in the fight he starts getting to Jermaine Taylor. And what will happen is you end up, since you gave up those early rounds, you'll end up in a situation where you'll lose a very close fight because it took too long for you to get started. So I can see that happening again because it happened in the first fight. But Aljamain Sterling got tired, then that knee hit him with that knee. So it could have happened even though he didn't, if he didn't get hit by that knee. So I see that happening for this fight. I see Aljamain Sterling, he's going to be in better shape and he's not going to be as active, but I can see him winning the early rounds. Peter Yan starts getting the best of him, like in the middle. And then it's going to end up being a very close fight where Aljamain Sterling wins. And we're going to hear everybody talking about, man, this fight was a robbery. Yan really won the fight. Yan won, man. The judges screwed him. And it's going to be a very close decision in Aljamain Sterling's favor. And the MMA community on social media is going to lose their fucking minds, man. They're going to go crazy. They're going to be like, the judges robbed Yan, man. And you're going to hear all these conspiracy theories. So I can see that happening. And because right now, Aljamain Sterling, he's been getting so much shit, man. He's been getting so much shit from people because, Yan, he landed an illegal knee. And I know how the rules are because this happened to Chris Weidman. I forgot what fight that was. Chris Weidman had his knee on the ground, on a mat, and they kneed him. So I guess that's what y'all trying to say. And then y'all said he was overacting, whatever. But if Sterling wins this fight, it's going to be a complete meltdown in the MMA community, and I want to see it. It's going to be so funny to watch. It's going to be hilarious to see. Because sometimes the drama after the fight is just as entertaining as the fight itself. So I can see that happening. So let's see what y'all got to say about that. Yeah, Suf Gotti, thank you. You're a big supporter. Thank you. Ask Carol Moxie. Yup, most definitely. Thanks for getting those likes up. I appreciate it. Hamzat promised his mother he retired if champ. I think if he let that out, oh wow. Oh God. So another situation like this, Khabib promised his mom that he would retire. So like, what's going on, man? You should win the belt and defend the belt. I get that's your mom, but wow, that's your mom. Just do what you got to do. You're a grown man. But then, like Bernard Hopkins, speaking of him, he said he was going to retire. He promised his dying mom that he was going to retire. He wasn't going to fight in his 40s or something like that. Then Hopkins still fought in his 40s. But I think there's maybe something different with these fighters because what's his name, Khabib, retired. He promised his mom that he would retire. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a culture thing. I'll say that. You said Chieter Yan. I don't see that comment too much, but that's a funny name. Hey man, thoughts on Ian Gary? I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. I do gotta get. I'm not too familiar with him. Like I said, I gotta get more. I gotta start watching MMA more. I will say that more of the undercard fighters and just fighters that are not as known. So that's on me, man. I gotta really look into more of these fighters. I don't know too much. A lot of you guys who are following me, y'all probably know more about MMA than I do. So there's a lot of things I'm working on, man. I'm working on a lot of stuff. So I don't have a chance to watch everything. But I do need to start watching more MMA if I want to do these live streams. So that's on me, man. I don't know enough about them. So I'll definitely look them up. So I do need to start, getting deeper into this MMA game. I got to start getting balls deep into this MMA game. But yeah, I appreciate your comment, Harrison Jones. But yeah, I'm a little bit of a casual, I will say. I do know a lot, but lately I've been a little casual tendencies, I'll say. I want to see Sterling haters cry. Yeah, that'll be funny. I'll put a quote in the article I wrote. What's his name? On Batman, The Dark Knight, Alfred, he told Batman, he said, some men just want to watch the world burn. And that's what I want to see in the MMA community. I just want to see it burn. I don't want to see it burn down. I don't want it gone. I just want to see everybody just going crazy. I just want to see insanity in the MMA community. And that will happen if Sterling wins. Yep, you said exactly that's what I'm thinking. I want to see a lot of crime. But let's say Peter Yan is good. Peter Yan he's very technical, but he starts slow. He starts slow. He's like Bernard Hopkins. He's a very high IQ fighter. So he may start slow, but he's getting the data in his brain, and then he's gonna start coming back. But um the downside, he gives up too many early rounds. MMA, unlike boxing, you only got 5 rounds. Boxing has 12, so that's the only issue. But we'll see, man. That fight, there's going to be a meltdown in the MMA community, and I can't wait to see it. It's going to be crazy. I'm gonna do a video after that if that fight happens. But Jan is no joke, man. Jan is very technical, a very technical fighter. I do feel like what happened with Sterling is, I mean, you got hit with an illegal knee. Like, well, I don't know why people give him so much shit about it, because they said he was playing it up, like he was dazed and all that shit. But you still got hit with an illegal knee. So that's what that is. Hamzat also said he wants 3. Oh, yes. Yeah, he said he wants 3 belts. I want 3 belts. I want 3 belts. Hamzat, give me 50 G's, Dana. 50 G's, Dana. That's how Hamzat talks, 50 G's. Like, if he was talking shit to me, Maurice, I don't like your remixes. You make me look bad. I don't like it. Why you make fun of me? Make fun of other fighters. I make fun of every fighter, Hamzat. Yeah, but don't make fun of me. I'm Hamzat Chimazi. You don't make fun of me. I make you tap. I smash you if you make another remix about me in a negative light. I'll smash you. You understand? I don't understand. Oh, you don't understand. So you're talking back to Hamzat. Do you realize how good I am? I do realize how good you are, Hamzat. Yeah, okay, all right, then I will find you then. Like Habib said, send me location. I'm not going to send you location, Hamzat. Why would I send you my location? Okay. Oh, because you a coward then. You scared. You scared I will smash you. No, I just don't want you at my apartment building, trying to talk to me and harass, knocking at my door. Oh, I see now. Okay. Oh, so you don't want to give your location? No, I'm not giving you my location, Hamzat. Then I will find your location, and then I will smash you for making remixes about me. I make myself laugh. I don't know if y'all find that funny, but I find that funny. I like making myself laugh. But yeah, that's my prediction for that fight. And what's the main event? The Korean Volkanovski versus um, the Korean Zombie. This should have been Holloway. Unfortunately, Holloway got injured. This UFC 273 would have been even bigger. So I wrote some notes about this. Let me look at my notes. Um, y'all got Volkanovski winning the fight against the Korean Zombie. He's gonna tear up the Korean Zombie's legs. He's gonna leg kick the fuck out of his legs. He's gonna tear his legs up, man. I got Volkanovski winning this fight in dominant fashion by decision. Volkanovski is very, very tough. He's technical. He's smart. He has a high IQ. He's going to win this fight in dominant fashion, but I see the Korean Zombie being tough enough to survive, especially after watching that Brian Ortega fight. Volkanovski is incredibly tough, and that's what you want to see in a fighter, because people talk about Hamzat, right? Hamzat is this incredible fighter, but he hasn't got hit enough, so we don't know how Hamzat will react to getting hit, and that determines. That says a lot about how good a fighter is, more so than your offensive weapons. How can you take a hit? And Volkanovski, not sure if I'm saying his name correctly, he can really take a hit. And when he's dealing with adversity, like during that fight against Ortega, when Ortega had him in those 2 submissions, he got himself out of there. And we see that with Usman against Burns. When Burns rocked Usman was dazed, but he managed to get himself together, get his bearings together, and he went and finished Burns. So that says a lot about a fighter. So I just seen that with Volkanovski in the Ortega fight. This guy has the making of a dominant champion. I see him defeating the Korean Zombie in dominant fashion. And I also see him beating Max Holloway in the 3rd fight. So let's say Max Holloway was fighting Volkanovski. Volk will beat him in the 3rd fight. I just see him being that good. And most of the time, it's not going to be Holloway, somebody who's established. like I said before, it's going to be a fighter who's on the prelims, somebody who we're not giving that much hype about, we're not talking that much about. Those type of fighters are the fighters that are going to beat the dominant fighters right now. And it happened with Anderson Silva. Chris Weidman was he was on the prelims, the undercard. We didn't really know much about him. All of a sudden, here he comes. And it happened with John Jones. We didn't think much of Dominic Reyes. Although he didn't beat John Jones, he kind of came out of nowhere. But if you're watching the sport, you'll know about him. So that's my prediction on the main event. I got Volkanovski winning that fight in dominant fashion. He's going to leg kick him, fuck his legs up, and then just going to do his thing. Do you watch Mohad? Yeah, I do watch him. I cannot say his name correctly, but Mohaed. Yeah, I do watch his videos. I messaged him. I want to do videos with him. I want to do, if he could do the animations, I could do the music, and we could be like the Gorillas. Y'all know the Gorillas, where they make animations and they have music and they have the guy make the animations. I want to do that for Mohad. So I messaged him about it. He said, "Yeah, I'll look into it," but I haven't heard anything back. I don't know. I'm not sure if he wants to do it. Now he's doing his own songs. Now he's doing his own remixes. You going making yourself laughing at my own jokes. Yeah, thanks, Barres. Barres is a real one right here. Yeah, making myself laugh. Yeah, I definitely see that happen. Double cross swine. Zombie's going to run out of gas against Volk. Volk is just a man. He's people. I feel like people hate on him because he beat a likable fighter. And I wrote an article about that. I don't know if y'all like me plugging my website in like that, but it's true. Whenever a likable fighter loses a fight against a fighter people don't really like, he gets hated on. He gets hated on. It happens. And that happened with recently with Izzy. When the likable fighter loses. It happens all the time. I wrote an article about it. So I'm not sure how many people read articles these days. People just rather watch videos. But if you want to read an article, I feel like I get in depth more with the article. So Mohouse Media is my YouTube. It's my website. I write articles. So let me move on from that. I wouldn't mind getting a Korean champion, and what an incredible story. Yeah, that will be incredible. That would be a huge upset. Man, that would be a huge. I don't know what. Let me know in the chat what would be the bigger upset if Korean Zombie defeats Volk or if Hamza loses against Burns. Man, no, all three of these fights will be huge upsets. If Burns defeats Hamza, that'll be it. I think that'll be the biggest upset if it happens. If Aljamain Sterling beats Jan, although Aljamain Sterling is the champion, and Aljamain Sterling, he's very good. Like he beat Corey Sandhagen, and like he's very good. Like he had to go through like a lot of great fighters to get that title shot. If Korean Zombie defeats Volkanovski, but that'll be a huge upset. But the biggest upset will be if Hamza loses, because Hamza has the most hype I've seen any fighter get in MMA history. Nobody has gotten this amount of hype. His fans are talking about him being a triple champion, not a double champion, a triple champion already before beating a ranked opponent, before beating Burns. So he has to beat Burns in dominant fashion. If he beats Burns by a decision, that's going to be a failure due to the amount of hype that he has. Yeah, slick uppercut. Yeah, it can happen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Yeah, thank Bar Rays. Hamza, this is fight that happened, why you say that about me? Why? I smash everybody. You see the groupies out there. I smash the groupies. I got a lot of women who like Hamza. They like Hamza. He talks in third person. They like the Hamza. So I smashed them. I smash SME SM wait SH Smash. S-M-E-S. I'm spelling the name. I'm trying to get the name right. S-H-E-S-H. I smash the guys. But with women, I smash them with the A. I smash M-S-M-A-S-H. I smash them. So it's different. Smish and smash is different. Who wins, Hamzat or Izzy? There's too many questions around Hamzat. I got Izzy winning right now, so we'll see how Hamzat looks against Gilbert Burns, and we need to see how Hamzat looks against Kobe. Hamzat looks against Usman before we start talking about Izzy. So I don't want to get too far ahead. I got Izzy winning that fight. You and Moha are the Ghost of MMA content. Can't get enough. Yeah, we're both Mo. You can call us both Mo. People call me Mo. People call Mohead Mo. Both Mo's, man. Two Mo's. Two of these Mo's. I'm putting out the word right now. Hit up Mohead's comment section. Let them know that Maurice Spears wants to do a collaboration with you, and that you can use, not all the time, but you can use my songs to make videos on your YouTube page. All you gotta do is shout me out. So if you use my songs to make animations on your page, I won't strike you. I won't do none of that. I don't need any ad revenue. Just put a link to my page on your website, on your YouTube page, and shout me out. That's all I want, because I want to get something from this as well. So if I can't say his name, Mohad Foodie Lot, if he wants to use my music and make an animation to it, and I would love that. Just put a link to my YouTube page on your comment section or something like that. Shout me out. So I'm looking to get I'm looking to get some of that audience on my page. So that'll definitely be something that can help my page out. Because my page right now, man, I'm getting hit by the algorithm. I think that Joe Rogan song, that N-word song I made, YouTube ain't liking that shit. YouTube like, man, we gonna put you on timeout, buddy. Yeah, you getting a little too edgy for us, man. We like Disney content. He said, I want to see Sterling haters cry. Yeah, this is gonna be insane, man. If that happens, there are gonna be so many tears. Not nerd tears like Kobe, nerd tears. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of. There's gonna be another level of tears. Yeah, it should be big enough to stuff Hamzat's mostly. Yeah, Hamzat's. I think a lot of fighters see that he may be vulnerable to takedowns, and that's why they want that fight. But if Izzy's able to stuff those takedowns, then Izzy's gonna piece him up. Izzy's gonna piece him up, man. He's too big. And Izzy's not that big of a guy. He's more of a lanky guy. He's like, you see him. He has a thin build. Like he's more of a tall, lanky guy. He's built like John Jones is built. But Izzy's ground game is not as good as John Jones. And John Jones' back is wider. Izzy has more of a slim build, but he has those skinny legs. Ball raises laughing. Yeah. What Mo can you ask for? In two Mo's. What Mo can you ask for? Yeah, so that's my prediction. Y'all heard my predictions. I don't know how many people came in here late, but I got Hamzat winning in dominant fashion. I have Aljamain Sterling winning a very close, razor-thin decision that people may think that Jan won, but I have Aljamain Sterling winning a close decision, and people are going to start coming up with conspiracy theories. If you read my article on Mohawk Media, I listed my conspiracy theories that people are going to come up with. And I got Volkanovski winning a dominant decision against the Korean Zombie. I can see the Korean Zombie surviving that fight because he's a tough guy, but Volkanovski, he's a smart fighter and he's a very tough fighter, and he gets hated on because he defeated a lovable fighter in Max Holloway. I like Max Holloway. I like him. He shared my remixes back. He shared two of my remixes, I think. He shouted me out too. So I like Max Holloway, but when it comes to the predictions, I can't let my emotions get in the way. So I'm not going to hate on a fighter like Volk because he beat a fighter that I like. So you can't let that get in the way. He said Aljo's going to sleep. Yeah, it's a possibility that can happen. It definitely can happen. But when you make your predictions, I gotta make my prediction, man. I gotta stick with my prediction. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. No excuses. So that's your prediction. You got Aljo going to sleep. Okay, we'll find out what happens. Do you bet? I need to bet. I want to start betting more. I gotta learn how to bet. If somebody here could teach me how to bet, I'll start betting. I can make some good money from doing this. So I just need to figure out how the process is and all that. So yeah, just let me no hit me up with my email in my email, Wet Moist. Your funny ass name, Wet Moist. These names y'all come up with. I'm gonna put my email in the comment section. This is my email right here. So hit me up in my email, Wet Moist, and if you give me some advice on betting, I don't know too much about betting. I'm definitely looking into betting on these fights more. I want to make some money off this because I feel like I know a lot. I believe I know a lot about this MMA stuff. I don't know as much as a lot of y'all do though, because I do need to study some of these fighters on the undercard and the prelims. But hit me up in my email and teach me how to bet. Teach me the rules and stuff. Like how does I just don't know too much about the betting thing. So let me know about that. And this is my website, Mohouse Media. Follow this website. I mean, not this website, this YouTube page, Mohouse Media. And I want to start posting more MMA content on there. And I do gaming on there too. I game on that page. So right now I'm playing Cuphead. Cuphead is this very difficult game that a lot of people play. So somebody told me I should play Cuphead. So I downloaded it and I'm playing it on this page right here. And I'm probably going to stream like around 12 o'clock today. Either 12 or it's going to be at night. It's just a lot of stuff right now I got to do. I'm editing a movie right now. So I do, y'all see me, I'm doing my editing. So I'm editing a movie for a friend right now, and it's a pretty big movie. So it's going to take up a lot of my time. It's a feature. So I'm editing that right now. It's a paid gig. So I got to do that. And so I just got to figure out how I'm going to do that. I'm thinking about gaming first and then editing later tonight. Or I want to edit some of it first and then do the gaming later. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Just hit me up. Whether Jan or Aljo gets the W, it'll be satisfying. It'll be satisfying if it's a fun fight, like if it's a entertaining fight. It has to be entertaining, man. And that's what I like about MMA and boxing. It's just the stakes. You get all like you don't know what's going to happen. With the NFL, I'm a big NFL fan. I like watching the 49ers play. There are a lot of stakes involved, but you kind of got to wait until later on in the fight in the game. There's no knockout in football. So with MMA and boxing, anything can happen at any time. The fight could just end. Yeah, so that's my prediction. Anybody have any more questions? Y'all want to know if I want to make any more remixes? Right now on this page, when it comes to remixes, I'm more focused on. Let me see if something goes like if it's a crazy viral video, then I'll make a remix on it. Lately, I haven't been too motivated to make remixes. So do anybody got any more questions? If not, I'm about to end this stream. See, parlay bets and same event betting made a big difference for myself. Yeah, let me know, man. I'm gonna look that up because I want to start putting some money on these fights. If I can make some good money on these fights, oof. Especially if these predictions come out correctly. Let me know the rules. Like, how does it work? That's true. That's true. There hasn't been any good press conferences. Yeah, because we used to get some good ones with Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor used to come out some fire press conferences, but then they haven't been living up to the potential, to the hype. Then Kobe tried to do that. Kobe trying to be the next Conor, and that press conference with Jorge was just it wasn't fun. It was kind of lame because they're trying too hard now. That's the problem. They're trying too hard. They're not being themselves. And like John Jones versus Daniel Cormier, that was an entertaining press conference back in the day. Very entertaining. So we'll see. All right. Oh yeah, definitely. You know what? I definitely need more Hamzat remixes. I made one Hamzat remix, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like it. I feel like it's too soft. It should be harder than that. So I definitely need to put out a Hamzat remix that's fucking fire, man. That shit hits. That's the remix I want to put out next. So if Hamzat wins and he puts out a crazy ass promo, shit, I'm gonna kill that shit. I'm definitely looking to make a Hamzat remix next. I want to make a remix of Hamzat and Darren Till in the car, but they didn't really say too much in the car. So that I want them to like capitalize on that. That's the issue when it comes to my remixes. I can't always make it when it's hot, like when all the hype is around the video, because if it takes too long for me to make the remixes, and if they're not saying the right things, it doesn't make a good remix. I can't just force it. Yeah, I definitely looking to a smash remix, and smash everybody. Hamza, like smash Leah Thompson, Leah Thomas. You know, she trying to be the swimmer. You know, she's a swimmer. She used to be man. Now she woman. Still smash. It don't matter if you man or woman. I smash. That's how I do it. Oh, wait, no, I gotta do his voice better. You know, I'll smash even if you man or woman. I still smash. Let's go, yeah, let's go, Saint Joker, let's go. All right, so that's it, man. That's my stream. I got about like 10 or 15 people in. That's good for my channel. I appreciate all 10 of you, all 15. Don't matter. But that's it for my stream. Follow my page, Mohouse Media. That's the page right there. So look that up, Mohouse Media. I'm on a game on there. That's where I game. I'm gonna start putting out more UFC content on that page, and I want to put out just remixes on Maurice Spears. I want to put out more videos like this on Mohouse Media and start doing stuff like that on that page. So follow Mohouse Media, look it up on YouTube, and check out my other content. All right, and I'm out. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for being here and talking with me.